In recent decades, there has also developed what might be called a business ethics and spirituality movement in North America. Before then, and still in many places in the world, the reaction to the term business ethics was to laugh and say that business and ethics were two contradictory terms. And of course there are vast numbers of businesses, west and east, north and south, where this is still true. However, those business men and women who think first, last, and always of profit only and are willing to make the end justify the means, however unethical, are, I would say, like the dinosaurs of past ages. They are destructive now, but they are on the way to being extinct. Radical as it may sound, many observers are convinced that in the future, how far is another question, the capital's robber baron type will not be able to compete with ethically concerned and socially committed companies. Thus, beyond striving to avoid breaking laws, civil and ethical, an increasing number of leading businessmen and women are shaping business into instruments which will transform the world from, as I said, a mere house to a home in which all of us humans, along with the rest of creation, live. They are businesses which are concerned for the advancement of all the stakeholders, not just the stockholders and managers. This was the vision held out by Ryozaburo Kaku, the chairman of the Japanese firm Canon, Inc., what he called a fifth type of business corporation and what it must strive for. And I quote from him, "I believe that the attainment of peace throughout the world, something which sadly has been very rare, is essential to gain the goal of a kyosei." He uses the term kyosei, meaning to work and live together, as what he understands the heart of a good business to be. As a state in which all people live and work happily together for many years, regardless of race, religion, or culture. This is an amazing vision for the chairman of the board of a successful company. There are now at least some 24 English language organizations that my graduate students have found online that work to promote business ethics in business and to shape business into instrument of positive world transformation. Not doing something right so as not to be caught and punished. We're not even doing it simply because in the end it's also going to be good business. By the way, it is also going to be good business. But rather, more and more, because they are trying to assist in these organizations, business leaders, to do the right thing because it helps persons and the earth. And if you want, you can find them on my website. Further, you will now find an increasing number of businesses which are not primarily for-profit enterprises, but which are what Muhammad Yunus of microcredit fame and Nobel Peace Prize laureate fame, what he calls social businesses. These are businesses which not only make a profit, and to be a business you have to make a profit, otherwise you don't exist, but also by their very focus, these social businesses produce goods or services which deliberately aim at improving the life of persons and or the earth, and then plow the profits back into expanding the business. These are not charities, but true businesses. However, because of that, when an investor puts funds into a social business, she or he not only invests funds which will eventually be returned, but which will also be the loan of a gift that keeps giving. If you give $10 or $10 million to such a social business, your $10 and your $10 million will replicate itself into the future endlessly. It will not be used up and gone in a period of time. Last point, religion and business working together for the betterment of the world. Those of us in the world of religious thought and leadership need to continue to raise a prophetic voice of critique of the economic injustices that exist around the world. However, recalling the old adage that a spoonful of honey catches more flies than a barrel of vinegar, we must also carry out the priestly or pastoral role of encouraging, inspiring, and working with business leaders to build up positive structures of self-sustaining economic activity. We, religious thinkers and leaders, need to work vigorously toward the goal of helping as many persons be economically self-sustaining as possible. For such persons, they then will develop a sense of self-respect for themselves. Without self-respect, there can be no other respect. Think, for example, of the millions of women who have been freed from the oppression of violent husbands by becoming economically independent. We need not more charity or more government intervention, but rather we need the lessening of the need for more charity or government intervention. We in religion need to learn to beckon with our fingers, not wag our fingers. Those of us in business need to learn to bring the ethics of justice and the golden rule into our businesses. We need to use our ingenuity and our know-how in order to devise ways both to make a profit and to make goodness. After all, we are the so-called can-do boys and girls. We claim that we have the cleverness to accomplish any goal that is set for us or that we set for ourselves. We are not being asked to kill or even curtail our egos. Rather, we are being asked to expand our egos, to include not just our family and friends, but the entire world. And if we follow the urging of Rebbe Yeshua HaNotzri, acting with Lifnim Mesharat Hadin, beyond the requirements of the court, he would ask us to embrace even our enemies.